So today I'm going to be sharing my top 5 tips for sewing fuzzy fabrics. Tip number 1 for sewing fuzzy fabrics is to understand fabric nap. Pile is all these fibers sticking up that make the fur. Now, pile creates fabric nap. And if I run my finger, you can see how the color changes. This is important to keep in mind when you cut out your fabric and when you stitch your fabric. Tip number 2, consider some special tools to help when you're sewing these fuzzy fabrics or faux fur fabrics. First, I like to use these clips to hold my pieces together. I like to use these to put the patterns down on my fabric because then I can weight them down and I can trace them out. I like to use these washable children's markers for marking. These are applique scissors, and what this does is it helps you cut pile out of the seam allowances should you choose to do that in your construction. Tip number 3, stitch carefully. Here is a super close-up of what that kind of seam looks like when it's butted together. It's pretty flat. Let me show you the other side, but let me show you how to hide that. You're going to want to take a pin and then in the zigzag stitching here, use the pin to kind of free the fur up from within where it's caught in those stitches. This can be time consuming and tedious, but it does result in a flatter seam on the inside if that's important to whatever you're constructing. So you can see once you run the pin through that, it really hides the seam and it looks like one piece of fabric.